Hello, CQ. CQ, the old friends net. CQ, the old friends net. This is N4LQ, November 4, Lima, Quebec. Name is Steve. QTH is Shelby, North Carolina. And we are conducting an amplitude modulation only net. If you can generate an AM signal, we'd be glad to have you. No matter who you are or where you are, if you can get into the net, you are very welcome. We meet here every Sunday at 5 p.m. on 3715 and on Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m., same frequency. We operate in the round table fashion. So we get a list together of all the call signs, put them in order, and you can take your turn making transmissions. So let's go ahead and start. Those wishing to check in, please call. WB4ARK.
WSTU.
KN4R. WB4NKL.
WA4EBK.
N4IYQ.
W4KR.
AAL.
November 4, Alpha Kilo and 4 AK.
W4MEC.
Larry, I got the following. I may have had a double. I've got WB4ARK, who is first, WF2U, and then KN4R, and then WB4NKL, WA4EVK, N4IYQ, W4KR, K4JAL, N4AK, and W4MEC. Who did I miss?
K1VVC.
All right, got K1VVC, John. Okay, anybody else? Well, we got a good dozen check-ins, and everybody sounds good. I'm surprised the QR Nancy is not any worse than it is. There are some thunderstorms floating around, and earlier today they claimed we were going to get like 3/4 of an inch of rain and a thunderstorm, and now it's down to just nothing. So we'll have to wait and see. You just never know what's going to pop up this time of year. Well, I'm running the Johnson Challenger, which I've been on for some time now, and the AL82 amp, 75A4 receiver, and the horizontal loop antenna. So, not much going on here in Shelby. It's 79 degrees and very cloudy, and I went over and saw everybody at the Shelby Hamfest at the fairgrounds today, and people were picking flags and getting spots and so forth. Looked like the majority of spots are going to still be there come this weekend, so I don't know if that means attendance is going to be down or what. But it gets more and more complicated and more expensive every year to have the Hamfest, I believe. But looking forward to a good time. And if you're coming, tell us what you're going to bring to sell. WB4ARK to take it, N4LQ.
N4LQ, WB4ARK. Okay, Steve, very good information. Well, I will be there, but only for looking and purchasing, I guess. I don't think I'll be bringing anything or sending anything via anyone else to be sold. We got grass cut, and the ground is drying out a little bit at a time. We haven't had any rain in the last day or so, so that's good. And so things are looking pretty good here. So we won't hold it. We'll send it on to Mir, WF2U, WB4ARK.
Yeah, Roger, WB4ARK and the group, WF2U. Good afternoon, everyone. Signals are not bad, not full-blown conditions yet, but everybody's Q5 at just around 9 plus, using the LPA setup, putting out about 325 watts or so into still the temporary inverted V. 480 meters, pretty low. This is the first time I think that I ventured out after the back surgery, and it's getting there. I'm pretty sure I'll be pretty well ambulatory by the time the Hamfest comes around, so I won't have any problems walking, but home, except for maybe parts or something, because I'm not supposed to lift anything heavy for about 4 weeks from now. So with that, it goes to Brian, KN4R in the group, WF2U.
Hold on just a second, be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I forgot to turn off my frequency monitoring receiver over there. But anyway, Brian, KN4R, Cheryl's Ford. Beautiful day today. We had fun this morning at the Shelby Hamfest Land Rush. We got approximately 20 spots total for mostly for out-of-towners, but also for some of us. And I'll send out a summary shortly of the tickets that I have. Steve, you mentioned who's bringing what. Well, John Runsky is eventually going to move up to Northern Virginia, I think, so his whole basement of radios will be for sale shortly. Of course, we're not going to drag all that stuff to the Hamfest, but I have some pictures, but we're still trying to get some asking prices together. So once I have his asking prices, I'll send things out. But anyway, let's see what's new. Instead of the little yellow tickets that they used to give you for flea market spots, they're giving us big yellow placards, about 8 or 10 inches square. That's to put on the dash. And there's no asphalt down at the racetrack, down at the bottom part of Shelby. Basically, what they've done is put a new asphalt road. They've cut the grass area, if you think of it as a big oval, about 1/5 of it. The part closest to the bathrooms now has a new asphalt strip going through it. So that means more spots on the asphalt. We got some really good spots, and there were plenty of flags left when we left. Also, they've moved the club tent down from the upper area where it's been up by the upper bathrooms. They're putting it right down on the racetrack in the middle of the upper side of the racetrack and the asphalt. So that'll be very hot for them. I don't know if they know what they're getting into. But anyway, it looks exciting so far. So anyway, sorry for the long transmission. Over to you, Cliff. How was that Hamfest? WB4NKL in the group. KN4R.
KN4R, it's WB4NKL. Went to the Irwin Ham Fest there yesterday, and it was kind of small. It's about 5 people set up outside, and maybe that many inside, plus the wire man. And you know, for a first year, I think they done all right. It's a good location, and the attendance seemed to be pretty good. Chuck might comment a little bit more on it when it comes around. We got the rain here today. I poured 1 3/4 inches out of the rain gauge about 30 minutes ago, and then we had a hard downpour right before the net started. I couldn't even hear the radio for a few minutes. So I'm sure we got it approaching 2 inches of rain at this point. Looking forward to Shelby. I've got a few things I'd loaded yesterday that I'll be bringing. It's a Kenwood TS-140 and a couple of Galaxy 5 transceivers and a VFO, Galaxy VFO I'm bringing. No power supplies for them, but they're going to be cheap if somebody wants something to mess around with. I do have a Swan power supply that probably could be adapted to one of them. And whatever I get together this week, I'll try to get the car loaded up and try to head down Friday. So I'll send it on around. Go ahead, Boone. WA4EVK, WB4NKL.
WB4NKL in the group, WA4EVK. Well, it's been threatening to rain here all day. Hadn't hit it yet, but it's coming. It's going to follow the usual pattern. One of these days we'll get a break. We did get the lawn mowed, so that's one thing out of the way. We had to mow it or bale it, and we got to it before it got too high. I mean, it really was getting that high. As all the rain we've had, we had a choice either fighting the lawnmower and clogging it up, and we got a fair-sized lawnmower, or letting it go and bale it. Couldn't do it. Got quite a bit of QSB. Some signals are very weak. They're normally very strong. Usual propagation nightmare we run into every once in a while. I run into every once in a while around here. And with that, I'm going to pass it on over to, and Shelby, by the way, I don't have anything to bring to Shelby at this moment. I'm going to come down and look for some parts and enjoy everybody's company, and that's about it. And with that, I'm going to send over N4IYQ to take it, WA4EVK.
Okay, Boone, WA4EVK and the old friends N4IYQ, and Steve, thanks for calling the net. We enjoyed the Irwin Ham Fest yesterday. I think it's Northeast Tennessee Radio Community, I think it's the club organization. And as Cliff said, nice little facility. Wish there'd been more. I got in bed late Friday night after a grandson had some injuries. Went by the hospital, check on him. He's got a broke bone and a sprained ankle and Achilles tendon and something else going on, but hopefully he'll back up. So we didn't even get anything packed up to take. We'd planned on tailgating over there with Cliff and Mark. But Wireman was nice enough to come up and support them for their first one. And like I say, it's a good place to have one, so hopefully it'll grow. C. Shelby, we're planning on bringing a SB221 and I guess a Yaesu FT726R multi-mode 2-meter 440 satellite rig. And probably a few odds and ends in addition to that. Hadn't dug around too much and planning on coming over Friday. Probably follow Cliff and Mark over and plan on staying till Saturday afternoon. That's the plan. Spend the night. So hopefully it'll be a good turnout and the weather will be good and we get to see a lot of you. Stan, it's down to you. W4KR N4IYQ.
All right, N4IYQ. W4KR. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Temperature here is 78 this afternoon. It's been a beautiful day. Beautiful day here. No, interesting, Boone. No sign of rain over here. I'm running the Viking 500 this afternoon, and the 183D receiver. copying everybody reasonably well, but as Boone said, there's a lot of QSB, so signals are jumping up and down. Expect to come to South Shelby, but we shall see. I think that'll be a middle of the week decision when I see what the weather's going to be like. Jimmy, here it comes. K4JAL, W4KR.
W4KR, K4JAL. I'm on the ART-13 today, too lazy to go to the main shack, but I like the ART-13, and I hope I'm getting out. I've got QSB coming in here in waves. Sometimes signals are good, and sometimes they're not there. I'm going to be going to Shelby on Saturday morning. I'm not going to get a place in the flea market, but I am going to get myself a cart, hopefully, and ride around this time rather than stumble around as usual. I'm not bringing anything, and I hope I don't buy anything. Now, that's the way that goes. N4AK, K4JAL. Over to you, Glenn.
Okay, K4JAL in the group. This is November 4 Alpha Kilo. I'm on 7300 this afternoon. EL9, about 9, running about 150 watts to a little inverted V antenna here. And I looked on the weather report, and we had a little bit of a thunder bumper supposed to be overhead, but I don't hear any, so here I am on the air. Brian, thanks for the report on what you found at Shelby. It's 78 degrees still over here at sunset this afternoon. Had my all the family was here for lunch today. It was very nice after church. And copying everybody except Mir. Mir was a little bit weak. And Jamie, I am experiencing QSB. Just kind of on your signal, but I copied you 100%. So Charlie, to you in Hendersonville. W4MEC, N4AK.
Okay, Glenn, N4AK in the group W4MEC. Real good. Got a good to fair copy on most. Glenn, you kind of faded down, but still Q5 at the end. We got about 71 degrees here and light rain. Last week, I think only one day did I not get at least a rain shower. Most rain showers brought about a half an inch, but one day it actually did not rain, amazingly. And then we thought we were going to make it another day. It didn't rain during the day, but then it poured in the evening, so I guess technically that didn't count, but it was in the same day. So the last 7 days, there's only been one day where it did not rain. So anyway, and you all know that puts a major dent on trying to cut grass. I never quite understood the land rush at Shelby, making folks go twice to get a place to sell stuff. Why don't they, like most places, if you got to pick a spot, make a map, put an X on it, and tell them you want that spot? I don't know. I guess most folks have contacts where they send down local folks to pick them out a spot and pay for it and all that, and reserve it for them, and not make 2 trips from Pennsylvania to get a spot, or maybe they come down all week. I don't know. But anyway, I'm not bringing anything to Shelby. If I did, I'd put it on Carl's table, RCW and OQL. And there's one other fellow that they usually get 3 tables together, and you can flop stuff down there and he'll sell it for you. I know Bold is the same way. I don't know if he's maybe coming back today from the land rush, or maybe was that yesterday. Anyway, he said something about he was going to be on the road today, and maybe he was going to make it or not. I don't know. Let's see. I think John was after me. He was actually after doubling with EVK there right during Cliff's transmission, so he ended up tail end John here. K1VVC W4MEC.
Yeah, that's okay to treat me like that, Charlie. Yeah, K1VVC here. Copying everybody real well, like almost no background noise at all. And yeah, I have never understood that situation with with the Shelby Hamfest. I mean, why you can't just go online and order and pay for the space, which is the way you do it at just about every other Hamfest I've ever been to. I mean, Cliff was at Huntsville. Can you imagine having to go there and get a table and then come back? I mean, it just wouldn't happen, but it's the way they've always done it, and it is kind of crazy. So I'll go down Friday and get a space, and it'll probably be close to everybody else, and hopefully the weather will be nice. I'll be down there Friday and Saturday. Dave isn't here. I think Dave and Ravina are already at the Hamfest. They're setting up today, getting their usual space, so I don't know whether they'll get on the air from down there or not. Other than that, we've had some rain, but nothing today. We were supposed to get an inch of rain today, haven't got anything. And spent a good part of the day with my wife helping her clean our back porch up and wash it, and she's got a lot of things. We're having a lot of friends over the next few weeks. So, with that, Steve, back to you. Thanks for taking care of the net today. N4LQ, K1VVC.
All right. This is N4LQ. Do we have any more check-in?
Yes, KZ4 Bravo with feedback.
All right, John, got you. Anybody else? KZ4B, go ahead and make your transmission and give it back to me, John. N4LQ, go ahead.
Okay, N4LQ in the group KZ4B. You caught me with my lap full of stuff, my hands full of stuff, and that's not your fault because you don't know what I'm doing. But I was in the process of trying to get the the HQ150 in the receive line, and I ran out of time. So, I got things turned up so much that I'm getting feedback on the old stuff. So, anyway, I'm not going to keep it very long on this pass. I'll do it next time. N4LQ in the group, KZ4B, over.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, John. Let's see. Brian, did you have something?
Yeah, Steve, I just wanted to make, John, you requested a space, a flea market space. I got you one, and Mir had also requested a flea market place, and Steve got him one. So we did our duty. Back to Steve, KN4R.
Yeah, okay. This is N4LQ. Anybody else want to join before we start the round table again? All right, well, I'm going to be at spot number 42, and that's pretty far down the road from the restrooms. And next to me is Richard, W4WU, and Mir is right beside him. I think he's in spot number 40. So that's where we'll be, right on the front row there. I'm not sure why they put that extra road in between, crossways, unless it was to get more road frontage. I guess that's what it accomplishes. But they could have put more of them in. If they were going to do that, they could have put 2 or 3 more in. But I don't think we're going to need them. Let's see. The Hammerlin amplifier that I mentioned the other day, HXL, whatever it is, it's still available as far as I know. It's a nice looking amplifier. It matches the likes of the HQ170, and it's $150. Condition is unknown. The owner is not a ham. He inherited from his dad, who I think was an active ham. So, and up in Mars Hill, where the factory was, I believe that's where it originated, and it's still there. So it's a kind of a keepsake. Somebody that's interested in collecting vintage Hammerlin gear should check into it and just let me know if you're interested. As far as the Hamfest procedure goes, it is a very strange procedure, and the strangest part about it is the 5-ticket limit per person, the 5 flea market spots per person. And I guess they're afraid somebody's going to rent the entire field or something. I'm not sure. They could put a limit on that without, 5. It's not very many for a little spot like that. And it just means that if somebody's coming from out of town, they almost have to come here to get a spot, unless they can find enough people here to buy it for them. It's really, really strange. But if you're coming, I would not worry about finding a spot. There are going to be probably 50 or 100 spots left open, and all that area back in the back there behind the refreshment stand and the fire department and all that, that's all flagged too. I drove past that and I said, man, I sure hope they fill all this stuff up. Anyway, I'm working on a little project here. I'm thinking about doing some portable operation, and the antenna that I want to build is called a linked dipole. And if you don't know what that is, it's a 40-meter dipole, and it's got insulators cutting off sections of it with jumpers across them for each band. So in other words, if you want to go from 40 to 10 meters, you would simply take the top link out, and that would be your 10-meter dipole. And of course, it's only going to be about 30 feet high. And the advantage to that versus trying to tune a doublet is that it puts the maximum radiation up at the top of the antenna. And since it's going to be low anyway, that's a big advantage. And it is a chore to change bands, but it just takes a couple of alligator clips and you're done. Then you can just push the mast back up. So that's kind of what I'm working on here, studying different ways to make the links and so forth. It's kind of a fun project. And as far as grass goes, we got plenty of it here. I need to cut it, but it'll just grow again. So I'm putting it off as long as I can. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I'm sure Dave is probably down here somewhere, probably over at the fairground. He has to tow the trailer down here. He's got a camping trailer, and I think he's got another big tent that he puts up, and it's quite a project to do that, especially if you don't have much help. So he'll have that all set up, and he'll probably be off and on there all week, and I'll drop by and see who's there as the week goes on, because usually by Wednesday you start seeing some stuff for sale. Anyhow, we go around again to Buddy, WB4ARK, N4LQ.
N4LQ, WB4ARK. Okay, Steve. Very good report. I'm like you, I don't understand what this land rush deal is. I just never have gotten into that. I just go pay my money and get what I got. And I think in the past years when there was a lot of people going, it probably paid off to get your spot early. That way you could get a better spot. But I don't think it makes that much difference to stay in time. Yeah, I heard some static crashes. I mean, some big static crashes here during your monologue there, Steve, and on the one before that. But then they died out, so I don't know what's going on. Looked like a lot of cumulus building up this afternoon on the way home from Duncan's. So we may have a storm, we may not. I don't know. And really don't care, to be honest with you. So anyway, the band is kind of up and down. It's getting a little bit better, but the conditions were not too good on the first round because the QSB was pretty high, and so no noise really, except a few static crashes here and there, but fading and signals dropping out and coming back. So anyhow, I think it will pick up as time goes on. So we will send it back to Mir. WF2U, WB4, ARK.
Yeah, Roger, WB4ARK, and Annette, this is WF2U. Yeah, pretty good copy on everybody, more or less. Everybody had some QSB, more or less between 5 and 10 dB, or even an S point, but Q5 all around. We had a little bit of rain for about 10 minutes. It was really coming down hard, and we heard thunder, but the nearest thunderstorm was about 15, 16 miles away from here. So I suspected that it might be a little bit staticky here now, but luckily absolutely no static from that kind of disturbance. So the bend is relatively quiet. And Steve, thanks for getting me that space. Obviously you were still part of the land rush if several other people were there, but thanks for getting me the space. I wasn't even sure until like the day before yesterday whether I'll be able to make it. And I had to return to the doctor to get some additional, like another shot and a little bit of more some medications and some steroid pills. Obviously something was inflamed there too. So now I'm actually pretty good. So I see the improvement, and I'm sure that by Friday I'm going to be back to full ambulatory service. So that's the story. As I said, I'm not supposed to lug anything heavy or lift, so I'm not taking anything, although I could probably find some stuff that I might be, like duplicates and things like that, but I'll skip it for another occasion. But looking forward to seeing the usual suspects and meeting new people too. So with that, it goes to Brian. KN4R in the group, WF2U.
Very good, WF2U in the group, KN4R. By the way, I'm on the GRC9 here. Glenn, and that 7300 sounds unbelievable. And big signal from both you and Charlie that last time, but a lot of QSB, everybody Q5. Talking, the land rush is Shelby tradition, and I think it separates probably the biggest of the small ham fest, because there's no, order spots. A few years ago, Robert, K4RAR, he actually drove up from Florida to go through the land rush and get him 3 spots. He drove back home, and 3 days later he drove back to the Hamfest. So for a few years there, I was getting him spots, but I didn't talk to him this time. So, and the RVs were already rolling in, but it did look like we had more spots this year than last. But we got the best spots. So, you know, on the high side of the asphalt, down toward the bathrooms, up to about halfway up to where the club booth is, halfway up the top of the circle there. The asphalt. So anyway, I think it's going to be a good fest. Looking forward to it if the weather cooperates. And I guess that's it. I'm looking for other notes. So, back up to the fest. And I'd like to have a little rain down there. We haven't had some in a while. WB4NK on the group. KN4R.
KN4R. It's WB4NKL. Well, I wish I could send you some. We haven't missed much rain. July and August have been a wet month. A lot wetter than normal. And we had another little shower come through since I was last go around. I hope Robert Ramirez gets to come up. Brian, I talked to him a little bit down at Huntsville. He had a pretty good load of transformers and tubes down at that one. He's always got some interesting stuff, so I hope he gets to make it to Shelby. I guess I'll make this my last one. I've got an appointment here in a little bit, or a concert tickets up in Jonesboro is what it is, and got to get ready for that. So make this my last one, and try to catch everybody there Tuesday, I guess, and get packed up for the Hamfest. 73s, go ahead. Thanks for calling it, Steve. Go ahead, Boone. WA4EVK, WB4NKL.
WA4EVK, are you there? Yeah, I don't hear Boone, so we'll skip him for now and go to Chuck, N4IYQ.
Okay, Steve. N4LQ in the group, N4IYQ. Maybe Boone will jump back in here. It is 80 degrees here. We've had rain. As Cliff says, we've had more rain than we want. Been pouring about every 5 days, and it still looks like it needs to be raked at times. We're on the Viking Ranger today, driving the SB221 at about 300 watt carrier, looks like, or PEP, I guess, over there. And receiving on the Hammerland HQ180 USB, but copying everybody just fine. Like I say, looking forward to the Hamfest. I've got a Kenwood TL922A brand new in the box, still in the plastic with no tubes. And I'm kicking around whether to keep it and get some modifications done to it, because there's some good mods out there to let it go. But if anybody might have an interest, I guess I'd entertain letting it go. So I'm good on QRZ. You can email me, or we get the phone number out to you too. And let's see, Jimmy, I had to laugh when you said no bring, no buy. I know you'll find something over there that you can't live without, and you'll get that. The Viking 500 certainly sounds good, Stan. I know you enjoy running it, and likewise, Glenn, the 7300 sounds just great over this way. And John, glad you jumped in there at the end, KZ4 Bravo. I was wondering where you were. I'll also make this my last one. I'm not going to the concert, Cliff is, but I think we're going to go out and grab a bite of early dinner here in a little while. So look forward to seeing you guys at Shelby, those of you get to make it down. W4KR to pick it up. Good day, N4IYQ.
All right, Cliff, N4IYQ. Or Chuck, rather, excuse me. I started with a C, W4KR. I don't know. It's hard to keep things straight these days. Temperature here is still 78 like it was earlier. Copied everybody again this time, but the S meter, the S meter sure got read that. The range is about from S3 to 40 over, so it's hard to know. Let's see here. Who was top of the heap? Who was top of the heap? Oh, Brian. Yeah, Brian had the booming signal out here. So you figure that one. Brian, I don't know if that means that the skip is long or short. Shelby and how you get a spot. Boy, that's been an issue worked on for a long time. Every year, that conversation rears its head again. I guess I only have one word about it. Still must be 1950 someplace. I guess, and I wonder where. Hey, I've got to skedaddle too. I've got in a few minutes going to have a video conversation with number 2 son over in Britain, and I'm going to have to hit the road here. So we'll see everybody Tuesday morning, and enjoyed it. And with that, Jimmy, here you go, and take care. K4JAL and the old friends group, W4KR.
W4KR, K4JAL. Well, QSB's wiped me out enough to where I've been rummaging around on the desk here, and I found my Zoe meter, which has been missing for about 2 months. I even bought another meter because I have to baby my Fluke. I don't take it out of my workshop, but I'm tickled to death to have the Zoe back. Steve put me onto this thing years ago. It's tiny. You got to watch it. It'll end up on the floor, but it's a really good little meter. Well, there you go. I'm looking forward to Shelby riding around, talking to my friends, not buying anything, I hope. Over to you, Glenn. I hope you'll be there. N4AK, K4JAL.
K4JAL. N4AK. Thanks for the audio reports on the little 7300. And I guess you fellas ought to be able to find a lot of 7300s being dumped up in Shelby. The rumor is that a 7300 MK2 or something is already in the works. Unless the internet is lying, you never can tell. But the new 7300 is supposed to have a way you hook it up to a TV monitor without any problem. And it's supposed to cover, it looks like everything like a FT991. It'll go from 2 meters down to 435. So I don't know if anybody else saw that or not, but I'm sure the price will go up a little bit. But if you want a 7300 with all the goodies, I guess you better wait. So that's the rumor. If anybody saw that, I'd be curious to hear if you also saw that information. I think there's some thunder bumpers around, but I'm just going to ignore it right now. I had a surprise last week. I went into the cardiologist and he said, well, looks like you got a little occlusion here. And the little occlusion was a LAD, which is called the left anterior descending artery, which the rumor is it's a widowmaker. But since I no longer have a widow, I didn't have a heart attack, but on Wednesday morning, I got in early in the morning. I was home by 3 o'clock in the afternoon and all patched up. So, fellas, prayers and modern medicine are wonderful things. So I'll keep things moving on around, Charlie. W4AK.
Very good, Glenn. N4AK and the group W4MEC. Well, I'm thinking that if Boone must have got a thunderstorm and he pulled the plug real quick. He's had some issues lately. I think since he's moved there. So anyway, yeah, I did see that. Someone sent that link on the Old Friends net there, Glenn, about the 7300 Mark II. And what was it, a YouTube video or something? I don't know. But yeah, I saw all the features. I immediately went looking to see, and that was the only thing out there that I could find. And there was no advertisements, no anything. I was looking for a price just to see what they were going to ask for it. And I could find nothing on the day or two that link came out. So maybe it's still proposed. Maybe someone on the net has seen something else about the price on that radio. Yeah, that 922 amp that Chuck has, that's a keeper if anybody's looking for an amp that does 160 meters. And a pair of 2 to 3 500Zs does a really good job. My little TS2000 takes about 30-35 watts to drive it to 1,000 watts out, so it doesn't take a whole lot of drive. So anyway, what else we got here? Fluke meters. Yeah, I'm careful with mine too there, Jimmy, and I finally learned the secret. They have a very good protection circuit on the input. That kind of what do you call it? One that sacrifices itself if you do anything stupid. And there's a couple of Transorb or some kind of it has a spark gap, and there's also a resistor in there. That's the key. That baby will pop in a heartbeat if you do anything bad with the Fluke. And it's like a 27 ohm resistor, something like that. And of course, Fluke wants about $50 for the part, but it's basically, after doing a lot of research online, it's basically, I can't remember the exact value, but it was like 27 ohms, an eighth of a watt, something like that. And that was the key. And a lot of times, if you find a Fluke that won't do anything, it'll come on, but it won't make any readings. That resistor is popped. So if you're looking for fixer-uppers. So anyway, let's see. Who we got? John, K1VVC, W4MEC.
Thanks a lot, Charlie. W4MEC, K1VVC. I think I looked at the weather map, National Weather Service weather map, and it looked like there was a thunderstorm sitting over Pickens, so I think that's where Boone is with his radios unplugged, I hope. Brian, I think you mentioned that you got me a space, and I really appreciate that. Do you know what number the space was? Go ahead.
I'll send out a summary in a little bit with everybody's spot, but it's basically in the same general area as we had before. The good spots down on the top down toward the bathroom.
Oh, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate that. I'm going to try and get there early on Friday morning, and might be there before anybody else. Well, before anybody else, yeah. As far as the spaces, the last couple of years, at least a third of the spaces were empty, particularly inside the oval. There were so many spaces still available. I mean, you would walk a good distance between a space to space that was occupied. So we'll see what happens. I think the main thing that they did there that was good is that they did clean up and rehash a couple of the restrooms. I mean, that was so horrible. I couldn't believe it. But looking forward to it, and the weather may be a little bit cooler than normal. Certainly hope so. Definitely looking forward to seeing everybody. I'm going to be bringing a couple of tube testers along. I've got a Hickok model 533A that I'm going to bring in, which is a real nice transconductance tester, and probably a couple of other testers, and I don't know what else, but it'll be a lot of fun, as usual, and particularly socializing with everybody. So with that, let me turn it over to John. This will probably be my last round also. KZ4B, K1VVC.
KZ4B, you still there, John?
Roger, I just can't hear John. Band conditions are as terrible today as they were great on Thursday. QS, I've got 5+/9 leaky insulator line noise level here, plus the QS Baker is horrible. It's just, I'm even had a hard time copying Cliff, which never happens. And it's about that way with John. But it's just bad. Yeah, we were gonna try to get the HQ140 on receive, but today is not a good day to do that at all. With DSP, desktop DSP plus the PR30, which usually makes it somewhat tolerable, even that's not cutting the mustard today. Thanks for calling the net, Steve, and hope to see everybody at the Hamfest in Shelby. And a piece of trivia, there was a guy that won more races with Hudson Hornets in the early 50s that I think he wasn't killed at the track there in Shelby, but Hudson did not keep up with technology, so in 1955 he went to Chevrolet, and he rolled his car there, I think at the racetrack at the fairgrounds, and fractured his skull, and he never was right after that. And he was a great engineer, great driver, and that was took him out. And so they actually, this was a NASCAR race in the early 50s. Well, he got taken out in 55, but won on all those races with Hudson Hornets. That was a 308 cubic inch flathead 6 that had two 1-barrel, I think were probably Stromberg 97 carburetors downdraft. And I'd love to have an old Hudson Hornet. Anyway, that's a trivia. And everybody, see you at Shelby if at all possible. And I do want to say that I think the stupidest thing on the planet was doing the land rush. I guarantee you they've cost themselves serious business from out-of-state guys. I mean, it's just no other Hamfest on the planet does it that way for a very good reason. It's stupid. And I'll get off my stump. So, N4LQ in the group, the ever low-key KZ4B, over.
As Boone would say, John is grousing. All right, Boone, WA4EVK, would you perchance be back? Oh, he's gone for good. This is N4LQ. I just, well, let me check. Anybody else want to join for one desperate transmission? All right, yeah, I was listening to, who was it, Jimmy, talking about the Zoe. I use my Zoe meter all the time, and I just looked, I bought it in January of last year, and I use it about every day. It sits here, and it is so lightweight that if you're not careful, it will end up on the floor. But it's been a rugged little beast, and I have abused it, and nothing seems to hurt it. Well, let's see. And the IC7300 Mark II, it does not have 2 and 4, and doesn't have 2 meters or 440 or anything. It's just the same as it always was. That's 160 through 6 meters. So it's basically the same radio. They've made a few improvements to the receiving, and there's probably some things we don't know. One of the bugaboos that bothered me was the fan. Every time you key the mic, the fan would whir up. And when you hit the key, a telegraph key, it would come on full blast and then go off, and then come on full blast again as you keyed it. And I always thought that doesn't make any sense at all. So maybe they put that thing on a thermal sensor or something where it would make more sense. And of course the relays were noisy, but that's just to be expected on that type of radio. But I got to tell you, the audio on that 7300, Glenn, is it's very effective. I'll tell you that. It's very sharp and piercing, and cuts right through the QRN and so forth. But everybody's come in real good here, and appreciate everybody for joining with us today. We'll be on tonight at 8 o'clock on 160 as usual. Please try to join us. We need more company down there on 1864, 8 o'clock, lower sideband. So with that, I will pass it around for a quick 73 round. WB4ARK, N4LQ.
N4LQ, WB4ARK, big static crash right when you turned it over to me, Steve. So it's still out there. Well, I'm going to say 73 and hope for a better day on Tuesday with more to say. So, WF2U, I mean, excuse me. Yeah, WF2U, WB4ARK.
Yeah, very good, buddy. WB4ARK and the net. This is WF2U. Yeah, everybody was making it pretty much Q5. No problems whatsoever. More or less QSB here and there. Signals went up again in this round. Steve, you hit 2025 over 9, and everybody went up accordingly about another S point or 5 dB or so over 9, whatever they were over S9. So thanks, Steve, for running the net, and most likely I'm not going to be as usual on the 80-meter nets in the morning, but I'll try to get out in the evening for the 160 session, and I hope to see everybody at the Hamfest. So 73 will take care. KN4R. This is WF2U 73 all.
Okay, Mayor, WF2U in the group, KN4R. Very good on all. And I'll say 73s. And Mayor, I hope you keep healing up, and look forward to seeing you at the Hamfest and everybody else. So 73s. I think Cliff is gone and Boone is gone, but let me pass it to NKL, and if not, Stan, if you're still here, pick it back up. WB4 NKL, you still there? KN4R. 73s.
Well, he's gone. Boone's gone, I guess. Jimmy.
And over to you, Glenn. WK4R.
Jimmy, you're going to be a big demand with that golf cart at the Hamfest. 73s, KN4R.
Yeah, Glenn, are you still there?
I was just confused in all the back and forth, sorry. And I guess I missed the Thunder Bumper, some advantage to being hard of hearing, I suppose, but the light didn't miss me today. And Hudson stopped production in about 1957. It was a unibody car, welded frame, and it had no rattles. Wonderful little cars. But 1957, they went out of business, stopped. And the 7300 audio is set in default position. The microphone is a little SM30. So Steve, thanks for calling it. And W4MEC N4AK.
Okay, Glenn, N4AK, and the group, W4MEC. Y'all, thanks for running that, Steve, and y'all have a good evening here. And hopefully we'll see you on Tuesday morning, 7-3, y'all. K1VVC, W4MEC.
Yeah, thanks, Charlie. W4MEC, K1VVC. Steve, thank you very much for doing the net today, and enjoyed saying hello to everybody, and hopefully I'll see most of you on Friday. And for, I guess it goes to John, KZ4B, K1VVC.
All right, KZ4B, you want to say 73, John?
Roger, 7-3s. No, conditions were really not that good here today. The noise is just horrendous. Again, thanks for calling the net, Steve. And let's see. Caught me with my pants down, so to speak. I will save it for next time. Everybody have a great week. Back to you, and this is clear. ND4, KZ4B clear.
All righty. Thanks, everybody, for checking in today. Have a great week. We'll see you later. This is N4LQ closing the Old Friends Net.